In this video, I'm going to break down how you could use Google Gemini 3 in their app builder in their studio to build insanely powerful AI marketing solutions. So you don't have to pay expensive agency retainers on the organic or paid side of your marketing, or hire, place, source, and manage talent for marketing. The best part about this is we're not building a whole SaaS application here with a bunch of components and different things. You could spin up a tool in about 5 minutes and use it internally to save you almost 1 hour a day. You could give this to your team. You could give this to your clients. It's client facing. So there's a bunch of different things you could do here. We're going to hop into exactly how you could do it in Google Gemini 3 right now. And just to show you guys what's possible with what we're about to cover is I built this in less than 2 prompts. This is going to allow me to select my YouTube thumbnail in the video and then display this on the YouTube homepage so I could see what other people are seeing when they come to my YouTube channel. So for example, I just put in a thumbnail and a title, and you could see this is how it would show up on the YouTube homepage. It even took into account the mobile feed, search results, and suggested videos as well. So this is one thing I could use to get better at content creation, thus get more leads for my business. Another example is this. This is going to help me train my team to appointment set better. One of the biggest lead sources for us is appointment setting through LinkedIn. It's an amazing strategy. If I give this to my team member and I add the training documents, which ad lets me do right here, it's going to allow my team member to put in what the prospect says. So Mr. Prospect said this. It's going to generate a response, and then it's going to coach my team member on how to appointment set better, which is amazing. And it's going to use the frameworks that I'm giving them. Final thing is the studio. So this is what my wall looked like before. And now you can see it's much, much different. I used this vibe coded solution to help me visualize what to put behind me so I could have a better studio setup. And it's very, very cool. I could have custom edits right here. I could basically say, make the rectangle wooden panels and add a light at the top, hit generate. And this is going to literally help me visualize what I want. So this is like not a marketing solution, but this is a solution that saved me so much time. I don't have to get people in here to tell me what it's going to look like. I don't have to even leave my house. I spun this up in 5 minutes, and it's going to show me exactly what I could put behind me so I could have a better looking studio. And obviously this is not me, but the point still stands. This is how I visualized exactly what my studio was going to look like when I eventually went to build it, because I'm not going to go back and rip this stuff off the wall. I wanted to nail it the first try, and this helped me do so. So we're going to dive into exactly the workflow around how to build these and what you could expect on the paid side, organic side, or just little things here and there that are going to add up to hours and hours of your time saved every single month. So to build apps, you're going to go to aistudio.google.com/apps. I'll put it on the screen right here. And it's going to bring you to this page, and you can basically describe your idea, or you could have Gemini pick for you. You can describe your idea. We're going to hit enter, and it's going to build you the vibe coded solution live right in front of you. You can see all the things I'm building here are social media campaigns, ad concept generators. I even made something for Alex Ramosi to review my ads, all through Gemini. But instead of you going in here and saying, I would like a social media interface for my editor, that is not going to give Gemini enough context. To prompt this properly, we're actually going to head to Claude. The Claude 4.5 Opus model is out, and it's absolutely amazing. And this Claude project is what I'm going to use to then prompt Google Gemini 3. So we're sort of chaining LLMs and different applications together to get the best possible result. By the way, if you want this Claude project, it will be in our school community down below. So I'm simply just going to tell Claude exactly what I'm looking for. I would like to build a very simple interface that my 3 appointment setters could use. This should be able to track all of their metrics for their daily appointment setting tasks. Also, I would like there to be functionality where they could paste in a message that they're getting and generate a response based on training data that we give it. So I'm just going to shoot this into Claude. This is not even a good prompt to begin with. It might ask me questions. So let's see what it does here because we built the Claude project to just gain clarity on what we want. So it could do better at giving us a prompt. We're going to feed that prompt into Gemini 3, but I'm just going to go with another appointment setting workflow here. If you're not getting into appointment setting from your content in 2025, you're going to want to do so. So it's going to ask me some questions here. Perfect. For the metrics right now, let's keep it super simple. Let's do messages sent, replies received, conversation started, appointments booked, shows and no-shows, and then a notes category. And I would like to provide the training data as an option. So upload capability would be amazing here. So I could swap out stuff over time. So I could swap out resources for the appointment setters over time. Cool. So again, this is a Claude project, and this Claude project is trained to give me the best possible prompt that I'm going to copy and paste and then put into Gemini. So you can see here exactly what it's covering. It's going to cover the UX, the UI, the background, how the buttons should look, the animations, because we trained it to do so. Again, this is in our community if you want to grab it, and you could just spin up anything you want. But this is going to save us an immense amount of time because, again, it's very hard to prompt off the top of your head. You're not going to give sufficient context, and then you're going to have to actually go into the actual code assistant in Gemini and talk back and forth. This is how we're able to nail it in 1 or maximum 2 prompts and really get a 85 to 90% working MVP of what I need to use it for. Again, we're not going for full scale here. I could probably spin this up into a SaaS and sell it. I know there's other SaaS applications that literally just help you preview your YouTube videos, so they're sort of cooked, but this is meant for me to use internally. So I don't need it to be some overdone fancy thing. It just needs to serve a purpose so I could use it, or I can send it to my team and they could use it. All right, so Claude's gonna go ahead and cook and it's gonna do its thing here. It's already done. I'm gonna go ahead and copy this, and I made some assumptions. Perfect, that's exactly what we told it to do. I'm going to paste it into here. I'm going to build it, and I'm going to just show you exactly what happens here, and we're gonna see how many prompts it takes to get exactly what I'm looking for. So I'm gonna be back in a second. Just to check in really quickly, it's only been 30 seconds here, but you could sort of see exactly what it's doing. It's going step by step, and it's building out everything from the back end to stuff that honestly I couldn't even explain to you. Building out the back end, and then it's gonna slap a front end on it. And the best part about Gemini 3 is the front end. The UI, the user interface, is amazing. It's absolutely amazing. It's interactive. It has little animations, and it does the nuanced little things that I don't even tell it to do, but it assumes that because it's been trained really well, and Google knocked it out of the ballpark with this one. So this is the process of what it's doing. I'll check back in when it's done. What's up, guys? We're about 2.5, 3 minutes into what it's doing here, and you can see it's done a lot of work, and it's also going to self-analyze the errors. So it analyzed this error for 56 seconds, and it's going to try to fix it in the back end and keep on working. You see what it's cycling through, and boom, live. Here we go. So let's see what we get. This is 175 seconds, so just about 3 minutes in. Boom, here we go. So it's going to name it. It's going to give it a name up here as well. It's going to put this in full screen and just test the functionality here. So let's go full screen. By the way, there's a bunch of other stuff. You can see the code right here. You could download the app right here, put it on GitHub. So there's a lot of different variations. You could also, this is cool, you could open the version history. So if I made a bunch of changes to this, I could go back to the specific version I want. So if I make a change, I'm not stuck with it, right? So I'm going to full screen it here, and let's see what it did. So setter 1, setter 2, setter 3, took that into account. I could see the messages they're sending, the replies they receive. And guys, this might not look like a big thing here, but you see how the numbers pop up? Like that is a little nuanced, nice feature. Like it highlights and it pops up like that. It's going to calculate that down here. So let's see if the math is all right, which it should be. They sent 10 messages. They got 3 replies. They got 3 responses on those replies, and they booked 1 appointment. All right, so it's dividing that by that. Okay, interesting. Show rate's 100%. It's not going to make sense anyways. So let's do this. Show rate 0%. Okay, yeah, so that all looks good. And they can add notes. This lead booked, but may be unqualified. Here is the link. Boom. And then they could save the day, and I'm assuming it refreshes. Okay, they saved the day and it refreshes. Okay, cool. And then setter 1, setter 2, setter 3. Cool. So that is like the daily history, and then view history. Yeah, that's so cool. So December 16th with this today, I can see what setter 1 did. And I can see the actions I would have to take. And I could also delete it as well. So that's not something that's working. So in this case scenario, I'll go and say the delete functionality on the save day summary task is not working. Fix it. Honestly, I don't care at this moment. Like this, again, you sort of see my point here. I spun this up in 3 minutes, guys, less than 3 minutes. This is how good it is. Now for the error response generator, I could upload all of my project knowledge documents for my appointment setters, my SOPs, past conversation history, all of those things. I could upload it here, and then I could give this to my team member. And the team member could say, hey, prospect said they are interested, but not right now. How do I respond? So if I upload that knowledge right here and generate a response, then my team member is going to get trained by me, but I don't have to be involved. So it's basically outsourcing my information, which you usually do through an SOP or a document, but this is taking a step further because now it's a nice interface and it's AI enabled through Google Gemini 3. And there's a lot more stuff you could do here on the back end. I'm sure you could hook up different models. You can make this a proper application and you could host it somewhere else. And then you could have a bigger setting team hop on it. But again, this is for 3 minutes of work is insanely powerful, guys. Like the 3 minutes of work I did here is going to probably save me 2 to 3 hours if I spend some more time on this and actually make this a real thing. I would actually use this to manage my appointment setters. Like it's really that good. And on the first try, I just can't overstate how awesome this has been for saving me money, saving me time, and streamlining everything. And I'm not going to lie, guys, you do need this Claude project to write you really good prompts. So make sure you either build one yourself, go into the documentation, throw it all together, or again, ours is in the community down below. But make sure you are prompting this correctly so there's not enough back and forth. Now, let's say I want to change something. I would like to change the branding to orange, black. I would also like to add another setter number. So this is just to show you what's possible. And the great thing also, guys, is you could talk to this like speech to text, or you could add the file. So what I do a lot of times is they have better context. Like the LLMs usually have better context from what I've seen. If you screenshot it and throw it in there and say, hey, this is not working, right? This is what's not working. So for example, view history. Also, that did delete at the end of the day. So that wasn't working earlier, or at least it wasn't smooth. What you could do is you could send a screenshot saying, hey, hey, this functionality is not working right now. Let's fix this. And it will then recognize that screenshot and then it will help you fix it, right? Super simple, but it's better than text. So that's one sort of hack I have for you is try to send pictures, screenshots in it to reprompt it and give it feedback rather than text, because sometimes the text gets lost in translation a little bit. They don't know exactly what you're talking about. The LLM doesn't understand. And then there's just more back and forth involved there. But yeah, this is pretty insane. Again, what you could do, let's see the changes that it makes. All right, so it's reloading right now with those changes. Boom, orange and black, there we go. And it added setter number 4. Pretty simple. If you guys want to recreate the Claude project for yourself, basically we give it example prompts. So we have a prompt pack that we use in the company, Attract AI. That's the business we run. And I give it to this Claude project right here. I give it app ideas just to give you a background, or give the Claude project a background of like what we're using this for really. And then I give it revision patterns as well. And then I give it a really massive system prompt. So take some time, make sure you're using Opus 4.5 to generate you the prompt, throw the prompt into Google Gemini AI Studio in the AI apps portion, which is the URL is later or earlier in the video if you want to go grab that and start building. Like, you could really get a lot of work done as a solo entrepreneur or a small team, and you don't have to hire some crazy expensive agencies, pay high retainers, hire crazy talent and manage the talent. And if you do have to hire that talent, you can manage them in such an efficient manner now and get more work out of them or with them through systems like this. So that was a quick demo on how you could use Claude Opus 4.5 to build apps in Google Gemini 3 to replace your expensive marketing team, or really any function of your business for that matter. And if you like this video, make sure you check out our community down below. It's all of our systems and templates. We have weekly calls. There's a bunch of awesome stuff there. Also, make sure you check out this next video if you like this one, and I will see you in the next video. Please go build something cool. It's never been easier to do so. Talk soon.